Last time on Let's Play Metroid Prime 3 Corruption.
Space Pirate Grey is definitely not my style. Machines aren't my thing either, so I'll let you get this generator back online. Thanks, Sammy.
Are you ready again? Let's go for it! Let's pull, twist, push! Well, that's not good. This is quite simple really. We put this into here. This aligns this up here. And we have created a path ahead. Do not worry about falling off. These neon lights are actually walls that prevent Samus from falling off the pathways. So you shouldn't need to worry about falling down to the generator and having to start this section all over again. And that will push us all the way up here. And we've been landed right in the bomb slot on the generator. So now that we're in the generator, let's activate it and get things going again. So, the concept of this boss battle, you and Ridley are falling down a giant shaft together. When this happens, you want to watch out for the blowing points on his arm. That will allow you to hit his mouth. And now we are below. Ridley has the upper hand on us. And I cannot seem to hit Ridley for the life of me. Come on, Ridley. Cooperate. I feel like this is too late now. We're up to 9,000 meters. We'll try to dodge these. Come on, Ridley, open your mouth so I can hit you. Okay, we're into the final stretch down. It's been 13 years since I first did this boss battle, and I've never seen anything else in video games quite like this boss battle. It's a really cool concept. We're getting to 4,000 meters below the ground. If we get to the very bottom without killing Ridley, it's all over for us. Oh no! That's the last 2,000 meters, and we've done it! And that is why Ice Flight is so awesome. Rundas saves Samus from an almost certain death at the hands of Meta Ridley. Oh no. What's happening now?
Attention all personnel. Meteor impact will occur in 4 minutes.
Oh no. No time to waste. Let's get going.
Samus, all efforts to stop the meteor have failed. Now that the defense system is back online, it remains our last chance to stop the meteor. You must get to the control tower and fire the defense cannon. We are uploading the location of the control tower to you now.
Hello, Gen A person here, and welcome back to Let's Play Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, but we don't have a lot of time. This planet is about to be destroyed by a Phazon Meteor, and we really need to get to the generator room as soon as possible. It's time for a classic Metroid escape sequence.
Attention all personnel. Meteor impact will occur in 4 minutes.
We have 4 minutes to get to the generator room. We reactivated all 3 generators, and now, no time to waste. Looks like I have to take an alternate way back. So the generator has made us a new route. So let's take this route. That will allow us to progress along this route. And that gives us a way to go back through this way. Very clever how that all links together. Okay, no time to waste. Get out of the way. This planet's going to be destroyed. Now we have the friend voucher for 200 kills. Space pirates really don't want us to get near there, understandably. 3 minutes to go. We're gonna get it on and move on now. Now where? Okay. So when you get to this part, you want to go across the other side. Do a space jump to cross this part. That will allow us to access this part here. Okay, let's go move on. Ah, and they've got air mines in the way. Of course we are. Get out of the way, guys. We're trying to save this planet from being destroyed here. We didn't want that to happen. Okay. Right, we're back into the main hallway now. They make a beeline for the tower. Right after scanning this. Okay, now we've scanned all that. Let's go move on. 2 minutes to go, but we are getting near to the tower, so we have effectively completed our objective. Now, when you get in there, there are a few important scans that will go on while the story is going on. We want to be able to scan these because they're the one-time only scans. So I will have to interrupt the story for moments in order to scan them. Okay, let's get on with it.
You're late. We were about to leave you behind.
Hunter Gandrayda, metamorphic bioform able to mimic numerous energy units in battle. Gandrayda possesses the metamorphic ability to assume the form and abilities of other creatures. This talent has led many to seek her out for stealth and reconnaissance missions, despite her powerful combat capabilities. Details on the subject's origins and age are unknown, but her unique traits have made her a sought-after hunter for missions. Hunter Rundas possesses the ability to generate and manipulate ice. Rundas is capable of generating and manipulating ice. This trait is common among inhabitants of the moon Phrygius, but Rundas is one of the few who have used this ability for bounty hunting. Subject is known for getting results, but considers himself without peer. His arrogant demeanour has led him to mainly seek solo missions and rarely work with others.
If we don't make it to the top in time, we can kiss this planet goodbye.
Hey, relax. We're the good guys. Justice will prevail and all that stuff. Right, Samus?
They're here. Let's do this.
Right, let's save Planet Norion. 1 month later.
She's coming too. Can you hear me, Samus? Vital signs are stable. Welcome back, Samus. You've been asleep for quite some time. A month, to be exact. We feared we'd lost you. Thanks to your great work, Norion is now safe. At the end of the battle, we found you and the other hunters all unconscious. Our medical examinations then yielded surprising results. Your bodies are now, somehow, self-generating Phazon. What's even stranger is that there are no negative effects to your health. This led us to investigate if we could make effective use of this Phazon. During the invasion on Norion, you must have noticed some powerful troopers in new suits. They were wearing what we call Phazon enhancement devices, or PEDs. We integrated this same Phazon enhancement device into your armor while repairing your damaged bodysuit. Troopers wearing this device have Phazon pumped to their weapons from an external backpack. This gives them an extra boost in firepower. But in your case, think about it. With this Phazon coursing through your body, you can fuel the PED using your own internal energy. Pretty effective, don't you think? Why don't you try the PED now?
So I want to note here is the fact that we're not actually at full health at the moment, which makes sense considering Samus has been in critical condition.
Seal the room.
Alright, you don't need to get all suddenly offensive about this.
Initiate PED program.
Recharging energy reserves.
Okay, so this is one of the most controversial elements of the entire game. Press and hold the plus button. Instead of switching beams in this game, you go into hyper mode. When you're in hyper mode, you can shoot all of these different parts here. Hyper mode lasts for 25 minutes and you require one full energy tank in order to be able to use it. It makes your attacks super powerful, but at the cost of your own energy.
You must have noticed during this test that hyper mode possesses devastating power. Over the past month, we've learned the hard way just how powerful our enemies are. To deal with them, you'll need the firepower of the PED suit. Make good use of it. Now that you are familiar with the workings of the PED device, the Aurora Unit 242 would like to meet with you. There are many pressing matters to discuss. The AU chamber is located just off the command bridge. You'd better get going. Good luck.
So yeah, the hyper mode is this game's big new feature to be the risk-reward mechanic of the game, but a bit like Dark Aether was. But unlike Dark Aether, let's just say this one ended up being a bit too broken for the entire game. I'll get to what you might mean later on, but yeah, for now, hyper mode is a fair thing to do. It costs you energy, and you can turn your energy into additional firepower. So that's what the main thing about it is. It's sort of a risk-reward. Do you risk losing your energy for additional firepower, or can you take them out without resorting to hyper mode? It'll depend on the situation, really.
Oh, and one more thing. After 25 seconds, the safety feature automatically ends hyper mode. You'll have to keep paying attention.
Also, as you can see, we have a new suit from this new hyper mode edition. So we have our first major suit upgrade of the game. And that's actually the last major suit upgrade of the game. Yes, believe it or not, we are barely into this game. We already have our fully powered up suits. This is the most powerful suit in the game we ever get. I'm not even kidding. We already have the space jump. We already have multiple bombs. And we already have, well, what else do we have that we don't? We have a grapple of sorts, but we have some power-ups that don't normally show up until later in Prime games, appearing very early on. Very surprising. Also, while we're in this room, there's some Galactic Federation lore we want to scan here. Galactic Federation data file, Phazon. Phazon is a substance of extragalactic origin. It is highly radioactive, or with extreme mutagenic properties. It has certain biological qualities, including the ability to reproduce itself. Exposure to Phazon often affects the brains of sentient beings, causing erratic and destructive behaviour. It also is a potent source of energy, surpassing even fuel gel and pure output potential. It must be handled carefully, as it can cause Phazon sickness if used incorrectly. Galactification data file on the Phazon enhancement device. The Phazon enhancement device is designed to harness the energy of Phazon minerals, originally discovered on Aether, for a new Federation weapon system. It's been tested by a GF Marine battalion situated in the Norion system. Marines can initiate an energy siphon from a supply of Phazon carried in a backpack into their armour suits. This allows them to temporarily enhance the exoskeletal and weapon systems of their armour suits. To date, no Marines have displayed signs of Phazon sickness. Interesting. So the PED's Phazon origins come from Planet Aether. Interesting way to tie things in together, although all of the Phazon on that planet was mainly on Dark Aether, so that suggests that the Galactic Federation went into the Dark World to get the Phazon, which is a tiny bit inconsistent. I don't think they necessarily thought that one through very well. So you might be wondering where we are at the moment. Well, the answer is we're on the GFS Olympus. So yeah, we're back on the Olympus again, but don't think that means we can explore much of it because we're still in the section that's quartered off somewhat, and we won't be here for very long. This is sort of the last chance you will be able to explore the Olympus, so make good use of it. Now if we open this door, MK-13 twin Hydra multi-turret. Unit 4 has 4 rail cannons ready. Unit's target system is energized. What's this here though? Mounted panels are vulnerable to standard weapons but can be damaged by Phazon based attacks, so in some cases you will have to use Hyper Beam in order to progress. So it's pretty simple. They give you a full energy tank's worth of Also when you get out of hyper mode, it converts your energy into health, but it's not for on a one-to-one basis, so you do have to be very careful about how you use hyper mode.
A pleasure to meet you, Samus.
Actually, I might have got that a bit wrong. It's probably slightly different. Anyway, you can destroy a lot of things here with the hyper mode. So I want to be in hyper mode just for a moment to show you this. Now when I first played this game, I was very cautious about my use of hyper mode and only ever used it when I absolutely needed to, and I kind of want to do the same thing here, but knowing what I know now about this mode, it makes that very difficult to do so. Let's activate this lift. So let's go up here. That actually brings us out into this corridor here. Now we can stop off at the save point if we really want to, but I don't want to do that yet. We have a natural stopping point coming up pretty soon after, so yeah, I'm going to proceed onwards. Back in this area again. If you've missed anything that you haven't previously scanned, then do so now. You can also go back into this room if you want, but there's no real need to because, well, I'll show you. This is not actually where the Aurora unit is stationed, and we've pretty much scanned everything we can in here already. The actual location of the Aurora unit, as I accidentally go into the command visor for a moment. So yeah, the actual location of the Aurora unit is through this door right here, so we need to speak to the Galactic Federation personnel.
Samus, you made it. Glad to hear you're feeling better. You've been cleared to enter the AU chamber. Please proceed through these doors and up the lift. The Aurora unit is expecting you.
Well, here we go. Double checking that everything's been scanned.
Subject Samus Baron entering AU lift area. Security clearance 5 granted. Clearance confirmed, G5. Opening chamber vault.
Let's proceed onwards into the AU chamber. When we're in here, let's press Z to scan it. Okay, so there's a scan you want to get in here, as you imagine, but we do need to interact with the Aurora units. So, this is the Aurora units terminal. Then you press A here, and we'll start a cutscene.
Welcome, Samus Aran. Let us begin. Time is most critical. During the attempted pirate invasion of Norion, it was confirmed that 2 nearby planets were similarly attacked. These planets are named Rio and Elysia. These leviathans have impacted and embedded themselves deep into each planet, spreading a virulent phazon carried inside their bodies. The leviathans must be destroyed. 2 weeks ago, we dispatched Rundas to Rio, Ghor to Elysia, while Gandrayda was sent to locate the space pirate stronghold. Like you, they were outfitted with PED devices in order to confront this new threat. We lost contact with all of them 7 days ago, and fear the worst. In their absence, we need you to travel to these planets and finish their missions. The closest planet is Rio. This will be your first objective. Please be on the lookout for any clues that might help us understand what happened to Rundas and the other hunters. Good luck.
Well, it looks like we're going. It turns out we can't actually scan the A unit there. And so the real game begins. Good luck, Samus.
Samus, the fleet is now moving to the rendezvous location. You will no longer be able to dock with us from this point forward. Rest assured, we will keep communication lines open and supply you with information when necessary. Good luck on Brio.
Brio? But if we have a look at our map here, we get a choice, don't we? So yeah, this is our new map of the galaxy. We can go to several different planets, as it were. Also, if you look in this part here, it says pick up 6 out of 100. There are exactly 100 items in terms of completion percentages you need to pick up in this game, which is very easy to distinguish if you want to know just how far through you are. And it turns out we can actually scan a raw unit 2142. Well, I don't know what would happen if we did try to scan it. Maybe they'll start shooting donuts at us or something. I know about that. Something about the raw units you may have noticed. They look suspiciously similar to a former Metroid antagonist. One that sits in a tank, shoots eyeballs at it, considered to be a computer of sorts. Maybe it has some dinosaur leggings in one particular game. I don't know what the Galactic Federation is thinking about, that's using the space pirates' ideas of having organic supercomputers. This can only lead to disaster. That coupled with Phazon, I'm just wondering what the Federation was up to during this time period. But anyway, it says Brio is our destination, but I want to go somewhere else. Let's go to Elysia instead. We can land here. Check out this sweet loading screen. So yeah, this game takes place across multiple different planets. This is a feature that was first seen in Metroid Prime Hunters on the DS, which came out a year before this game. And what a beautiful planet this is. Oh boy, this is one of my favourite locations in the entire game. So there are a few significant differences between this version of the multi-planet system and the last version of the multi-planet system, and that is the fact that, well, you'll see in just in due time. For now though, I want to get off and scan a few things on here. Oh, this music's so good, dang it. Heavy Skytown storage units have plating that can only be damaged by heavy weapon fire. Heavy Skytown storage units are made of metals manufactured exclusively on Skytown. These metals are very durable and can only be damaged by heavy weapon fire. Skytown storage units contain ammunition and energy supplies vulnerable to all weapon fire. Aerial repair drone, automated maintenance bots. Initial activation 132.8 years ago. An evolved version of the ground units, these drones were designed to perform basic maintenance and repair tasks. Their small size and flight capabilities allow them to access the hardest to reach areas of Skytown. Repair drones are manufactured and activated every 200 years, with the previous units being recycled from construction materials. So yeah, getting another credit towards our total there. Proceed onwards. I want to explore this planet instead. We get a good way through here actually. We can scan this here. This is the data bots. Used to store historical data, shoot to access information. Data bots were designed by the Elysians as a means to record and pass on historical data. They patrol within their set area until it's disrupted, and then project a holographic data file. However, only those equipped with Chozo-based visor technology can access the information. Conveniently, we have Chozo-based visor technology. We shoot these become lore of the planet. Elysian data doc decoded. Creators. I am Elysian, descendant of both the Chozo and the First. I am facing the last moments of my life and transferring my memory to the data pod. In a way, our chronicle begins nearly 1,500 years ago. That was when our noble creators, the Chozo, began to build that which would become our home. A place of exploration and knowledge, floating in the clouds of planet Elysia. A fitting home for its great Chozo builders. They built many linked hovering pods. In time, they formed a net in the skies across the globe. Instruments peering out in all directions, studying the cosmos. We did not exist then. Only the Chozo walked these hallowed halls. To the distant stars they looked, and a great many things they discovered, including that would they to spell grim disaster for all. So yeah, that's something you can find here. Also, when you get to a new planet, be sure to scan every doors. In a nice attention to detail, every door in every planet is its own logbook entry, and differently designed on all different planets, which is a nice upkeep from the previous games of the trilogy, considering Talon 4 and Planet Aether had both different types of door designs. So this game just continues that tradition to a new level of detail. But anyway, this is the normal door. Skytown Blue Door. All Skytown doors contain a low-level energy shield behind their ornate carvings. Shooting the energy shield will activate and open the door. The centuries-old design has served as a blueprint for what is now standard across all planets. Blue-coloured energy shields can be opened with any weapon. And we get to something here. Chozo Elder statue appears stuck, its arms outstretched as if to accept an offering. Phazon vines are impervious to attack, but grows are vulnerable to Phazon-based weaponry. Well, only one answer to that is Hyper Mode. Doesn't seem to be working. What happens if we go in here? Nothing happened. Okay, so you can actually go past this point. So although you can go to Planet Aether, this is a dead end and you will not be able to go any further into the planet unless you complete Brio first. So we're going to actually go back to our main objective here, which is Brio. I love Aether as a planet, but it's too early. I'll give this music some proper airtime later on when we're actually supposed to come to this planet. But yeah, that's all we're going to do in this episode. But yeah, so on Aether we can't make any more progress, so we pretty much have to go to Planet Brio. So we're going to end the episode by going to Planet Brio. And this is where the real game begins, because now we're sort of left off the leash somewhat. The first mission felt like a bit like a Halo mission, didn't it? Very much the trigger to more than Halo than Metroid, and I know I started comparing Metroid to Halo in the last one, but this one especially is very Halo-like in its structure. Came out at the same time as Halo 3, was probably trying to compete, but Halo 3 wound up being a very landmark event in the Xbox 360's history and helped bring that console to the forefront of the gaming somewhat. Halo 3 was a very anticipated game, let's just say, and also this game had to compete against Modern Warfare, which came out in the same time period, so a lot of good shooters came out around that time. It's a wonder this game found some traction at all, but I think in the grand scheme of things this game kind of struggles somewhat against its competition, considering that the games it had to compete with, and Call of Duty pretty much reinvigorated shooters for the new generation and made them massively popular among a casual crowd. So, which is funny because I feel like this is what this game was trying to do for shooters in general anyway, with its pointer controls. Anyway, let's go to Planet Brio. So let's hit this here. Bring up our planet map. Well, I've done this slightly wrong here. To zoom out from a planet, we need to go on here to the galaxy map. Right, so once we're on this part... okay, so now we're on this part here, the galaxy map. So obviously now we know that Norion is not the only planet in this game. There are multiple planets. This game is very unique in its structure compared to the other Prime games. Well, not so unique if it weren't for the Prime Hunters, but this is a game that's taking many inspirations from Prime Hunters in terms of structure. So that's the first sign of a Prime 3 taking inspirations from handheld Metroid games. But I think when you get to Planet Brio, you'll see that this is truly is a Metroid game and not some Halo knockoff. As you land here at Cliffside Air Dock, you'll come to see the type of environments Metroid is more known for. Something notable about these loading screens is that the Ratchet and Clank games on the PS2 are a very similar type of loading screen, with your ship travelling from one planet to another. And oh man, these space vistas are absolutely gorgeous. Retro really made them look very, very pretty. Here's Planet Brio, which kind of looks like Talon 4 from the outside. There's our objective. Welcome to Planet Brio, and the real start of Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. This is where the real Metroid game begins. So, in the next episode of Let's Play Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, we finally get let off the leash and free to explore a planet to our own content. In the next episode, we're going to be exploring Planet Brio. So, see you next time on Let's Play Metroid Prime 3 Corruption.